All right, so you guys are clearly interested in this F formula thing, and you want the full rundown before you decide to buy it, right?
Makes sense. And that's exactly what we're here to do, see what all the fuss is about, and, see if it really lives up to all the hype.
Oh yeah, the hype is real. I mean, they're saying it'll make women putting in your hands. So
Wow.
pretty bold claim, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
And this, the author Marissa calls herself a wing girl and says any man can use her, get this, three-phase F formula to succeed with women. Doesn't matter how you look, how much money you have, or anything like that.
I can definitely see why that would catch your attention.
Right.
Yeah, on the surface, it does sound a little too good to be true, right? But a lot of times, even the craziest marketing has a little truth to it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so let's break down this F formula. It seems like the big idea is like taking women on an emotional roller coaster through good flirting.
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to think about it. When you think about it, attraction usually has a mix of excitement, anticipation, maybe a little bit of uncertainty. And this F formula thing is trying to tap into those emotions, wants to make that whole interaction more memorable. I might even go so far as to say addictive.
Addictive. I got to hear more about that.
Well, when you think about it psychologically, novelty and unpredictability are like the biggest things that drive interest, right?
Mm.
And this formula really pushes keeping women guessing, kind of constantly switching between comfort and challenge. It's not about like playing games or anything, but more about creating that kind of dynamic interaction that keeps her engaged and interested.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of like a dance then. You push and pull a little to create a spark.
Exactly. Now let's get to the meat of it, the three phases of this F formula. They claim these phases can apply to everyone and are based on, get this, female biology.
Universally applicable. That's a big claim. But what exactly are the phases?
It looks like it's kind of like a strategic progression from what I can tell. First, you focus on getting her attention and sparking that initial interest.
Okay.
Then you build rapport and start making a connection.
Gotcha.
And finally, you cultivate that connection into something deeper and more intimate.
So it's not like cheesy pickup lines or anything, but more about a step-by-step system for building attraction.
Exactly. It's about understanding the female psyche and having like a roadmap for building real connections.
I'm definitely starting to see why so many guys are interested in this. It's like they really want a roadmap, something to give them some direction.
Yeah.
And their sales material is full of these glowing testimonials from men who say they've seen success with the F formula.
Testimonials are really powerful because they show that the principles actually work in real life situations. People connect with stories, and these stories, they suggest that this isn't just theory, it's like a practical system that gets results.
Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Some people might say this whole formula thing seems manipulative or even disrespectful. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I totally understand that concern, but here's the thing. Good communication, effective communication, often involves understanding how people respond to certain stimuli. The F formula, it's not about manipulating women or anything. It's about understanding what attracts them naturally and then using that knowledge to build genuine rapport.
So it's more about working with human psychology, not against it.
Exactly. It's about taking away some of that mystery around attraction and giving a clear framework for building connections. Connections based on mutual interest and respect.
All right, I'm starting to see the appeal here. Let's get practical for a minute. If we take away all the marketing hype, what are some valuable concepts that the F formula offers?
There are actually quite a few. For starters, it goes into the nuances of female psychology. It looks at how women perceive and respond to communication styles, body language, even social dynamics. Understanding those nuances can make you a more effective communicator, not just in romantic situations, but in all areas of life.
That's a great point. It's really about becoming more socially intelligent overall, which helps everyone.
Absolutely. And it also encourages men to be more mindful in their interactions, to pay attention to nonverbal cues, and to change their approach depending on the woman they're engaging with. It's about ditching those generic pickup lines and going for a more personalized and authentic approach.
So it's about being present, adaptable, and genuinely interested in the other person.
Exactly. And that's where the real magic happens.
I'm really liking this more and more.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cost benefit. The book costs $47, which it seems pretty reasonable considering it comes with a bunch of bonuses.
Oh, yeah, that's a steal, especially if you think about the potential return on investment. Just imagine how much more confident you'll be and all the connections you could make.
All right, I'm sold. But tell me about those bonuses. What kind of extra goodies do we get?
Well, to start, there's a guide all about seductive body language. It'll help you project confidence and attract women without even saying a word.
Okay, now we're talking. I've always struggled with body language. It's always felt so mysterious to me.
Yeah, this guide takes the mystery out of it. It teaches you how to stand, how to make eye contact, and even how to use subtle gestures to show warmth and that you're approachable.
That's awesome. Anything else?
There's also a bonus on mastering banter. It's about using humor to create a fun, engaging dynamic that'll keep her interested.
Banter is so key. I've always admired guys who can just effortlessly make women laugh. What else is in there?
One of the most interesting bonuses is this OSA method. It says it helps you skip all the formalities and connect with women on a deeper level right from the start.
Wow, so you can skip the small talk and get right into a meaningful conversation. That sounds amazing.
It is. It's all about being authentic and vulnerable, sharing something personal right away to spark a real connection.
So it's about being real, not putting up a front. I really like that.
Yeah, women can spot fake from a mile away. Authenticity is always the best approach.
I'm seeing a theme here. It's about understanding what women actually want and then giving it to them in a way that feels genuine and respectful.
You got it. The F formula isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about empowering men with the knowledge and skills they need to build authentic connections with the women they desire.
This is starting to sound less like a pickup artist manual and more like a guide to personal growth and healthy relationships.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and attracting women who like you for who you truly are.
This is all making so much more sense now. But we've only scratched the surface here. There's still so much more to uncover.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We've got a lot more to dive into, including specific techniques, potential challenges, and how to adapt the F formula to your own personality and dating goals.
I can't wait to hear more. Stay tuned, everyone. We're about to take this deep dive to the next level. Hashtag TTS, the Deep Dive episode 2024-11-19, part 2 of 3.
So I know you wanted to hear more about some of those specific techniques they talk about. One of the things the F formula gets into is physical touch, which a lot of guys find really tricky.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Knowing when and how to initiate physical contact, that can be a real minefield. Like, it's so easy to come off as creepy or misinterpret signals, you know.
You're totally right. It is a very delicate dance. But touch, when it's done the right way, can be really powerful.
Right.
It creates that sense of intimacy and connection that you just can't get from words alone.
So how does the book handle that? What kind of guidance does it give?
It really stresses paying attention to a woman's body language and what she's saying, her verbal cues. You got to be aware of her comfort level before you even think about making a move.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's about respect and making sure she feels safe. But what about some practical tips? I mean, how do you actually know when it's okay to touch?
Well, the book suggests starting with subtle touches. Nothing too invasive, like you could lightly brush her arm when you're talking or give her a playful high five.
Okay, so you're kind of testing the water, seeing how she reacts.
Exactly. And if she responds positively, you can slowly increase the duration and intensity of the touch.
Okay.
Maybe you touch her arm for a little longer, or you gently touch her back if you're walking next to each other.
It's like building a bridge, slowly and carefully. But what if she pulls away or just seems uncomfortable? What do you do then?
That's your cue to back off, plain and simple. It's all about being respectful and listening to her feedback. Remember, it's not about pushing boundaries. It's about building that connection based on mutual trust and attraction.
This is all making sense to me. It's about being aware, being present, and respecting her boundaries. We talked a bit about banter before. It seems like humor is a big part of this whole F formula.
Oh yeah, for sure. Humor is a fantastic way to create connection and attraction. A good sense of humor can be super sexy. It shows intelligence, wit, and that you have a playful personality.
So it's not just about telling jokes, but about using humor to create that playful, engaging kind of vibe.
Exactly. The F formula suggests using playful teasing, witty observations, even a little self-deprecating humor to keep things lighthearted. It's all about making her smile and showing her you don't take yourself too seriously.
I really like that. It's about having fun and enjoying the interaction. Earlier, you mentioned a wing girl guide to seductive body language that comes with the book. What's in that?
Well, it's all about using your nonverbal cues to project confidence and attraction. Think about it. Before you even say a word, your body language is already communicating a lot.
So it's about projecting confidence and openness without being aggressive or intimidating.
You got it. I bet the guide covers things like holding strong eye contact, standing tall with an open posture, and using little gestures to show warmth and that you're engaged.
I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together to make a strong impression. One of the testimonials mentioned this OSA method that lets guys skip all the small talk and connect with women on a deeper level right away. What can you tell us about that?
It does sound pretty intriguing, doesn't it? The specifics aren't totally clear without looking at the bonus material, but I think it probably involves being authentic and vulnerable, showing who you really are. It's probably about skipping the surface level chit chat and sharing something personal that really sparks a genuine conversation.
So it's about making that instant connection, sharing an experience.
Exactly. It's about being real, relatable, and showing her you're not afraid to get your guard down. And in a world where everyone's hiding behind a facade, that kind of authenticity can be really attractive.
I'm starting to understand why the F formula is getting so much buzz. It's not just about pickup lines or tricks. It's a whole approach to understanding how women think and building genuine connections.
I agree. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, developing your social skills, and approaching dating with confidence and authenticity.
We've covered so much already. The emotional roller coaster, those 3 phases of flirting using touch and humor and body language well, and even skipping the small talk with techniques like the OSA method. It's really detailed. But is there anything people who might buy this book should be cautious about?
That's a really good question. While the F formula offers a lot of valuable insights and techniques, it's important to remember that no system or formula can guarantee success in dating.
Right.
Building meaningful relationships, it takes time, effort, and a genuine desire to connect on a deeper level.
So you're saying that while this book can be a good guide and give you helpful tools, it's ultimately up to the individual to put in the work and approach dating with the right mindset.
Exactly. It's not about using these techniques to try and manipulate women or trick them into liking you. It's about using them to enhance your natural charm and build real connections based on mutual respect and attraction.
That's a really important point. It's about becoming a better version of yourself, not pretending to be someone you're not. But what about the possibility that people might misinterpret or misuse this information?
That's a valid concern for sure. Like any tool, the F formula can be misused if it's taken out of context or used with the wrong intentions. You have to remember that every woman is different, and what works for one might not work for another. The key is to be adaptable, respectful, and genuinely interested in getting to know the person you're interacting with.
So it's about using this information responsibly and ethically. It's not like a free pass to be a player or treat women like objects to be conquered.
Exactly. It's about using this knowledge to make your interactions better and build genuine connections based on mutual respect and attraction.
This has been super insightful, but I'm curious to hear more about what makes the F formula different from all the other dating advice out there. What makes it stand out?
I think what really sets the F formula apart is its focus on understanding the psychology of attraction, especially from a female perspective. It's not just about surface level techniques, but about digging deeper into what truly motivates and inspires women.
So it's about moving past those tired, old pickup artist tactics and going for a more nuanced and respectful approach.
Precisely. And I think that's what a lot of men are looking for. They're tired of the games and manipulation. They want to connect with women on a deeper level. And the F formula seems to give them a way to do that.
It's refreshing to see dating advice that actually focuses on personal growth and building authentic connections instead of just getting laid.
I agree. And I think that reflects a bigger cultural shift that's happening. More and more men are realizing that genuine connection is so much more rewarding than just chasing fleeting conquests.
That's giving us a lot to think about. But I bet our listeners are dying to hear your final verdict. So is the F formula worth the investment?
Based on everything we've talked about, I do think it offers a unique and valuable perspective on dating and attraction. It gives you practical tools, insightful advice, and a focus on building authentic connections, which is refreshing. However, it's super important to use this information responsibly and remember that no formula can replace genuine effort, empathy, and respect.
So it's a powerful tool, but it needs to be used wisely. It's not some magic bullet, but it can definitely give you an advantage in the dating game.
Exactly. And for a lot of men, that extra edge is all they need to get past their limiting beliefs and start creating the love life they've always wanted.
This has been a really insightful deep dive into the F formula. But before we wrap up, I'd love to hear your final thoughts.
Yeah.
What's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember? Hashtag TTS, the deep dive episode 2024-11-19, part 3 of 3.
Well, if I had to pick just one thing for your listeners to remember, I'd say it's this. The F formula is more than just a bunch of tricks. It's really about changing your mindset,
Yeah.
It's about approaching dating with confidence and authenticity and genuinely wanting to connect.
That's a really great point. It's not about manipulation or anything. It's about becoming a better version of yourself so you attract women who like you for who you really are.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, even if you don't see immediate results in your dating life, the skills you learn along the way, confidence, communication, understanding how people work, those are valuable in every part of your life.
Yeah. It's like an investment in yourself no matter what happens. Like you said before, knowledge is power, but it's what you do with that power that matters.
Absolutely. The F formula gives you the power to take charge of your dating life and create the experiences you want. It gives you the tools and the knowledge, but it's up to you to use them responsibly and ethically.
So if someone's listening and they're interested in this F formula, but they're still not sure about buying it, what would you say to convince them to take the plunge?
I'd ask them, what do you have to lose? Just imagine how much more confident you could be, the connections you could make, and all the amazing relationships you could build. The F formula gives you a roadmap, a system that's been proven to work. It's time to stop wondering what if and start taking action.
I love that. It's about taking control and creating the kind of dating life you've always wanted for yourself.
Exactly. And remember, the journey of self-discovery and growth doesn't stop when you finish the book. The F formula is just the beginning. It's an invitation to explore, to experiment, and to become the most attractive and magnetic version of yourself.
That's such a powerful message. So to everyone listening, we encourage you to keep an open mind, check out this material with a sense of curiosity, and most importantly, have fun.
Yeah, dating should be enjoyable, not a chore. Embrace the process, be yourself, and remember that genuine connection is the ultimate goal.
Well said. And on that note, we're signing off. Today, we've covered a lot, going through the main ideas behind the F formula, talking about its potential benefits, and addressing some concerns people might have.
We went over the 3 phases, looked at how powerful touch, humor, and body language can be, and even explored that interesting OSA method.
This has been a really fascinating deep dive, and we hope you've gotten some great insights and new ways of thinking to help you in the exciting world of dating and attraction.
And remember, wherever you are in your journey, keep learning, keep growing, and keep those questions coming.
We're here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep diving deep.